Alrighty, let's do this. Let's make a podcast. I am watching about 52 minutes into watching The Fate of the Furious. Dom had just met his son for the first time. Profound. A really fantastic movie so far. I started watching it the first time, but I turned it off because, spoiler alert, Dom has to turn against his family. I guess spoiler alert, he has a son. Shit, I should have said. I'm sorry. Your Fate of the Fury is still worth watching. How do I know it's still worth watching? Because I was so angry. In the plot, at the beginning, Charlize Theron shows Dom something that we don't get to see as the audience member, and he turns on his brethren. And I was like, there is nothing that she could have showed him that would get Dom to turn on them. So I turned it off. I was like, I can't handle this. And then I watched a recap video of what happened in the movie so I would know what happened. Then I found out that he had a kid, and I was like, oh, that's the only thing. These writers know these characters so well. They're brilliant. They're genius. They're the best. They're the best at what they do. I had a really nice day today. I woke up. I smoked weed. I took a nice shit. Well, I meditated first, then I took a nice shit. Then I journaled. I finished The Hateful Eight. Hung out with my brother a little bit. And then I get some food together, made some oatmeal. And then I watched The Moonlight, which was a good movie. I watched Barry Jenkins' first movie the other day because I wanted to watch Moonlight really bad because it made so many people's decade lists. And I watched it, and it was very good. It was a good time. I don't know. I really liked that movie. I mean, it was just a beautiful movie. Everyone kept saying, and there was sad parts in it, but everyone kept being like, "It's so sad, dude. It's so sad." But it has a. I mean, spoiler alert. It has a. To me, it had a happy ending. It had a really happy ending. I thought it was beautiful. That was a beautiful movie. Anyway, people kind of scared me away from it. They were acting like it was the saddest movie ever. And it was just a movie with sad parts. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. I watched that. What else did I do today? I went to a planning meeting for a month-long festival we have here in Reno. You just can set up events, and I don't know. It's called Art Town. I went to a meeting for that. I saw a girl whose butthole I licked at the place, and we didn't say anything to each other. And I was like, "This is wow, that's wild. I licked your butthole, and now we can't even use our mouths to talk to each other." And that's that. I mean, I kind of realized Reno's just the kind of town. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, black, white, non-binary, anything. Reno's just the kind of town you could walk into any room, like a bar or any big gathering, and you're gonna have licked someone's butthole. Even the ladies, because ladies like buttholes, Ladies are freaky. ladies are getting freakier, dude. I think I told you about the girl that was like, I want to do a rape fantasy. I was like, cool, no. Anyway, what else did I do today? I went to that meeting. Then my friend gave me a ride home because he saw me, and he said he was gonna hit me up. And I'm glad he didn't. No offense if you're watching this. I just wanted to hang out, and then I did. And I went downtown later on. What did I do? I played backgammon with my nephew. That was cool. I was teaching him how to play. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be really hard. And he was like, got it really fast. Um, it was just a fun fucking day. You know, it was just a good day. Went and had a nice meal, some tacos, some chips. And then, I'll come on and watch parts of Fate of the Furious. Trying to think if there's anything else. I microdosed, maybe. I might have. No, I didn't. Why would I do that? I wouldn't do that. I never would do that. Um, I'm probably really bad at winking. I would never wink. Um, sad. Yeah, that's pretty much my day. That's pretty much my day. Oh yeah, and I listened to like a Barry Jenkins talk, and I listened to Your Mom's House and podcast, and I walked around, and I think that was a booger on my nose. I think I had something on my nose. I don't know what that was. Booger, poop. These are words that used to freak me out, and now they don't. I'm kind of freaked out right now. I'm kind of freaked out. Um, I'm not really that freaked out. It's nighttime. It's midnight. I missed last week doing this podcast. Okay, what are you gonna do? I had two people talk to me about this podcast today. Um, so that's cool. But my friend that didn't hit me up, but I do want to hang out sometime later. They both talked to me about it, so I'm doing it because I guess I don't know. It looks like it'll. I guess people are listening or something. Anyway, ImPodster syndrome is what I was gonna call this episode. I don't really know what that is. I'm shy, I guess. This guy at this meeting, the guy at the meeting, he's all John White. He's a musician. He's a comedian. I haven't done comedy in like 2 months, almost. So I don't even. I'm gonna get back at it later, but I'm a musician right now. He's a musician, and he's really shy, except when he's on the mic. And I guess that's true. I guess I'm kind of shy. I don't know. Maybe is that imposter syndrome? Maybe be like, I'm shy. Because I don't really know. Like, I don't know how to be like, and I got to learn how to do this. Like, listen to my albums. I got to learn how to do this. I'm in a band called the John Whites. He gave me the chance. He's all, introduce yourself. And I'm all, hi, I'm John White. I'm a musician. That's all I fucking said. Should have been like, I'm in a band called the John Whites. You check me out. I have a shit ton of music. I just released my best of album. You check it out on Spotify or whatever. And what the fuck? I just said, my name's John White. I'm a musician and a comedian. Oh my god, dude, how am I gonna fucking make money in this shit? You know? Because I don't feel like I'm a imposter syndrome, dude. I just feel like I don't know how to translate the confidence I have as an artist to like the confidence I have in my regular life. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I guess I gotta figure out how to do that. I've been eating a little bit better. I did. I've been eating a little bit better. Yeah, good work. I had half a donut tonight though, so I don't know about that, but I did it. Um, and yeah, I feel pretty. I mean, like I'm making an album right now, and I love the album, and whatever when it comes out and it's done and mixed and mastered, I will love this album because it's just something that I love already. And then when it's done, it'll be loved even more. So it's like I just made a best of album. I'm releasing like singles. I have singles that aren't on any albums that I'm going to put onto a compilation album. I have all these songs and these things. How come I'm not, how do I get people, how do I be like you know, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. And I would like to, because I would like to play shows. I would like to make money. So I guess I got to figure out. Stay tuned, everyone. And just I would like to just play and connect with people and play music with people, and then meet girls and lick their buttholes. I mean, that's part of the deal with being a musician. I've licked so many buttholes because I'm a musician. I feel like I would have only licked like one or two. Because maybe I'm so shy, right? I don't know. But then girls see me on stage and they're like, I'll let him lick my butthole, sure. God, I got gross. I'm sorry. It's true, though. It's fucking wild, dude. Do I want people to lick my butthole? Do I want girls to return the favor? Of course. But would I do that? No, not anymore. I would have to be someone who was gonna like die the next day. Like, look, I'm gonna die, so I won't be able to talk to anyone about this or tell anyone about this. So you will die with me soon. So you don't have to worry about it, okay, John? And I'd be like, all right, lady, lick, lick, lick away. People say weed's not addictive, dude. I don't know, man. Like, I haven't figured out the joke I have, but I have a joke that's like, people say weed's just mentally addictive. Oh, okay. Just my mind is addicted to it. The thing I use all the fucking time to do everything, to process this conversation, to process all things. Oh, just that thing is addicted to weed. You know, but that's why I never fucked around with anything else, man. I was like, Jesus Christ, if this shit's not addictive, and I think about it so much, that'd be a cool part of like making money, is to fucking smoke weed, lots of pot. That would be really fun. I mean, like, this is how much. Well, I have barely any pot left. Like, less pot than my fingernail or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But it's also like, would be dope to just have lots of like Seth Rogen style weed. You know, it'd be fun. Why not? Why not? I think that's. So I get curious about it. You know, I'm like, golly, gee willikers, brother, you have been stoned for like 12 years. Um, so I thought about, when this album's done, I thought about taking a break. But I'm pretty binary, dude. I'm like I get really into stuff. Like, I'm really into movies right now. I'm real Fast and Furious. I'm watching them all. No, I'm just watching the one I hadn't seen. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really feel like I have imposters. Like, I feel like, I mean, to be honest with you, like, I feel like if people were like, "Hey, you're gonna go," I mean, I would be starstruck and nervous, and I would feel totally humbled. But I would feel like pretty pretty much. I don't know. I want to earn. Yeah, I think I would. Like, get like if I met Paul McCartney, or someone that's like a grand songwriter, I'll be like, yeah, dude, I am also a grand songwriter. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that now, but I don't have imposter syndrome. I don't think I'm an imposter in any way, shape, or form, like as a musician or an artist. But I somehow have a block with like, do I deserve like fame, success, money, love, anything, right? I mean, there's not just like uh, it's not just confined to like money and success. It's like any love, like all things. Like I hit an impasse of like not feeling like I deserve it, like not opening the door. Like my first word was door. And it's kind of sad why, I guess, in a way. Not sad, but like my sister and brother would get like annoyed with me because I was a little kid running around. So they would just close the door on me, and I would just start yelling, door, door. I mean, it probably didn't sound like that, but I would just yell door. That's at the door because I wanted the door to open, and I wanted to hang out. And they were like, I just want someone who knows more words than door to hang out with me, okay? No offense. But I guess I took offense. And I'm not now I am myself closing doors. Like closing the door this is so cheesy. This is just getting ridiculous. Closing the doors to like to everything. Like I'm closing off doors to love, success, money, these things. I think it like success scares me way more than failure does right now. You know, and I don't want to. Like fuck that, dude. I don't want to. I don't want to think that way. That like I should like I'm just reserved to being a musician people like find out about later, like Rodriguez or whatever. Which again, Rodriguez is incredible, but I'm just saying like that type of scenario. Like they were 55 when they got discovered. Like god damn it, I'm 30. I'm about to turn 30 fucking 4. God damn, fuck that, dude. Not fuck turning 34, but fuck that of me like not doing things, man. Such a fucking wuss sometimes. But I cannot be a wuss. I can change. I have to believe that people can change and do better. I have to because I need to change and I want to do better. So it's February 13th. And I want to be way further along in my career. In that capacity. I want to have at least 1,000 followers on Instagram. I know it's a dumb thing to say, arbitrary number, but just like that is an indication of more things. It'll be like it'll be a growth for this thing that I'm doing. I mean, not this thing, but this thing, like this thing I'm trying to do, man, which is like Here Productions, which is my production company. That's like, what it is, dude. That's what this is, man. Music, movies, comedy, and eating ass. That's what the fucking shit's about, dude. So I don't know. My therapist, we're talking, he's like, so what? Like, what does making an album entail? Like, what's that like? What's the process, or how does that, I can't remember exactly what it worked, but I just, I remember my answer was just like, all it takes is the willingness to be super bored often. And I think that's very true because my album has begun. It's officially in the beginning stages. I might have said that. No, I don't think I said that last podcast because that was 2 weeks ago. But I mean, it's going. The album has begun. The recording problem. It's been written and I'm writing it still. I'm writing the lyrics. But it's the melodies and everything, that's pretty locked. And it's a matter of just doing boring parts because there's fun parts of it. You know, like having this is like the worst metaphor I could think of. Like having sex is great, but sometimes you have to do like a whole bunch of boring stuff to have sex, like walk in the park, go on a hike. You're like, yeah, Hayao Miyazaki, let's fucking suck my dick. You know, come on, let's fucking do. I'm joking. Oh my god, that's the worst. That's the worst thing I've ever said. I'm sorry. I am joking. But like, yeah. Spirited Away. Me too. Come on, lick my bum. Um, I hate that I said that. I'm not gonna edit it out, but I hate that I said. I hate this the whole thing about everything I just said about that. Everything I said, I'm sorry about that. But sex, you just like. I'm just saying. There's points of it that are very like fun and great, but there's a lot of stillness and a lot of waiting around, and it's like catching fish. You just kind of gotta, there's just a lot of waiting around and a lot of like processing and working and doing. And it's fun, like when you're doing a take, like, okay, here's a take, a vocal take. I'm doing this take. And then there's editing, and there's just stuff that's just, you have to be willing to be really bored. And I think a lot of people, they are afraid of putting their stuff out there. And then, which I can relate in a way, like I'm not so much afraid of putting stuff out there on film because I need to start doing it. But a lot of my trepidation is because it's just like, oh, well, you're not as good a filmmaker as a musician. It's like, yeah, well, I haven't done it as much. So how am I going to get better if I don't fucking do it? What the I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm going to go to bed. And I go brush my teeth. And let me try to remember if I can remember that thread. Hold on. There's a memory juice over here. A lot of people are afraid to put the stuff out there because they're afraid people won't like it, which they won't. And they're also just unwilling to be bored. And so that's what I said. And I didn't mean it in like an offensive way because I felt kind of bad. I just meant it like, yeah, it's just like, there's a lot of art that's, I mean, maybe being a painter, you're just like painting, and then you paint. But you do stuff that involves editing and mixing and mastering, and writing songs is super fun. I love that. I like writing lyrics and songs, and I love recording the takes, and I love doing that. But there's a whole lot. Like I just did a podcast. It's 24 minutes or whatever. But even if the podcast was 2 hours long, then I would get nothing done in 2 hours on my album. I would be barely further along. But you got like a whole podcast for like 2 hours. Like, oh my God, look at this podcast I made. And a podcast can have, I mean, I'm not saying this one, I want it to have merit. I hope it will. But a podcast, a 2-hour podcast from someone or whatever could have a lot of merit, but it's not music. It's not art. And to make the music, you got to do that thing. You can't, and you could record an album on a podcast, that I'm sure. Take that idea if you want. I don't want to do that. That sounds hellish. That'd be the worst. It's cool. It's fun. I mean, it all is what it takes, right? You a filmmaker, you need people. I want to go to bed. I'm sure you want to go to bed too. I don't care if you just woke up. You want to go to bed. I don't care if it's 2:00. I know just by watching that. I know you want to go to bed. All right, I know it. I have Hanuman, the monkey Hindu god, which is whatever. I get it. I'm a white cultural appropriator. I understand. But it's just about play, dude. And that's what I gotta remember when I say that shit. The willingness to be bored or whatever. And also I gotta be like, and the willingness to have fun and to play. Because the playing is the best part, and the playing in the sandbox and creating these things that come to life. I've made so many albums before. I mean, I feel like it's a lot. 9 albums. And a couple other albums I haven't released that are like B-sidey stuff. And another album I've written that's gonna be the singles. And then this new album. So I've written a lot of stuff. And I'm excited about making it, and it's fun to make. It's just fun to make albums. It's fun to do a podcast. I need to get my guests coming. Maybe I'll have a guest come in tomorrow or sometime to make up for me missing last week. But I also don't know how to do the mics, the second mic. Where is my second mic? How do I set it up? I don't know. I got to figure it out. I figured this one out. I can figure it out. God bless you. I really mean that. I hope you're good. I hope everything's good. I hope that things are going good and dope for you. I hope you can get a lick of butthole if you want. If that's your thing, I hope you should do it. I've never gotten sick from eating a butt. I've like thrown up after I ate Chinese food before, but I've never thrown up after eating a butt ever. I've never threw up eating a butt, eating a butt. I never threw up. I never threw up. Eating a butt, I never threw up. I never threw up eating no butt. I never threw up. I never threw up eating a butt. I never threw up. I never threw up eating a butt. I never threw up eating, no matter how deep my tongue would go. I'd never blow chunks. No, no, no. I don't think you like, I don't know why I like this, but I do. And while you're sucking on my dick, I got your asshole in view. Oh yeah, oh girl. I'm in your bum 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 bum. I'm eating your bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Eat in your bum, all on your scrum. I say you're yum. I don't know why I like butts, but I do. Maybe it was Sir Mix-a-Lot or something that happened when I was 2, or maybe I don't know. But I can't take away the way I like to spread those cheeks. I like to take a peek. If your butt was your face, I wanna lick it all day. Okay, I think I wanna lick your bum 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 bum